I've already sunk all this time into the game. Well, it'd be a shame to quit now. I might as well just keep going. I might as well just keep playing the game. I've been playing the game since it came out. I might as well keep going. I already paid for the for the season 2, like the season 2 pass. So I might as well wait it out and see who shows up for the rest of the season. Maybe who shows up will save me from whatever's happening with this game right now.
So Tekken 8 right now, season 2 has come out, and we spoke about this last week. Originally when people was talking about everything that was coming out with Tekken 8, when we saw from the actual when they did the show, we were seeing like a few things and stuff like that, and it's like that sounds crazy. And then most people were just like, wait for it to come out, like there's some hope. So it came out and people are getting their hands on it, and it ain't looking good. It ain't, and people say they playing it ain't feeling good. So people are going in, and you have all your different people going online. The FGCs basically, and everybody is just like up in arms. They're talking about Harada done killed the game. Some people are talking about even the person who's like the combat director, the guy who's like overall like making sure the vision of the game comes to life. They're like, hey, I think you should step down because this is crazy. Basically, everybody is just upset because they're just like, look, y'all basically said that y'all was trying to come with more defensive options. You said you wanted to have more defensive options in the game, and then it came out and basically, I guess you kind of think like the Golden State Warriors. You just like the greatest defense is a obliterating offense. Like they have basically taken the offense from 0 to 100. Like, and if it was already on 100, they took it to like 600. So it like people are just basically saying it seems like they don't know what they want to do with this game. It's like y'all keep telling me one thing. I saw one dude say, people can say what they want about Guilty Gear came out, they were basically telling you what direction they wanted to go in. They with the game it was like, this is gonna be a newer, going into the future type Guilty Gear. But they were like, it seemed like Tekken is telling us one thing, and then they come and do something else. It seems like they don't know what they want from this game at all. Like they keep giving, they like they said, we gonna give you defense, but no, we gonna give you 15 million offensive options. And it seemed people are basically just saying like, I saw Maximilian, he was basically just like, Tekken is basically known as a game of knowledge checks and like legacy skill. But now it's like, with all this stuff they added into the game and what they're doing, I mean, Clive having to basically like get over here. They're like, I don't even know what this is with Tekken. Like, you can literally watch a Tekken 8 match right now. And I guess I'm going into my time, but you can literally watch a Tekken 8 match right now. And a lot of times we used to watch Tekken matches back in the day. It was a lot more, spacing, filling it out and stuff like that. Man, you seeing Tekken 8 matches right now. As soon as it starts, somebody doing some devastating, I'm all in your face move. They getting hit, rolling back. He running up to you. It's just constant like offensive, like all up on you. I'm not getting out of your face pressure. When we've known Tekken, like, and the thing about it is, a lot of people talk about the how much damage and stuff it is. Tekken has always been known to have like some catastrophic damage in it. But it wasn't known to like be this all in your face. Like I said, you would see people filling people out, a lot more emotion in your stepping and moving, picking your spots and all that other stuff. But now it's none of that. It's just like you just seeing red flare, just heat, just oppression everywhere. It's like you look at a Tekken match now, and it's like it looks nothing like the previous Tekken matches. And a lot of people are complaining, saying like, well, it's probably just because people coming from Tekken 7 and they expecting Tekken 8 to look just like Tekken 7. I mean, just when Tekken 9 come out, people will talk about how much they miss Tekken 8. I think people gonna talk about how much they miss Tekken 8. Like, for most of those games that you will say like, hey, they talk bad about the new one, they miss the old one. At least the new one, you can sit here and just say like, it is a legit, like, okay, it's a legit pretty good game. Like, we might not like, it's like what people saying about Street Fighter 6. People talking about they miss Street Fighter 5, but you can't say Street Fighter 6 was a bad game. Eventually with Street Fighter 5, people was talking about they was ready for the new Street Fighter 6, but eventually later in the life cycle of Street Fighter 5, you can't say it was a bad game. You can't say Street Fighter 4 was a bad game, but with this Tekken 8, it's like they keep pulling the switcheroo. Like, We hit y'all with the defensive stuff. We gonna give you the defensive stuff. Psych. Here go another helping to like more offense, and it's just like, what are we supposed to expect from this game? Like, I think this is one of the. I can honestly say, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, because y'all more knowledgeable at fighting games than me. For a game that was this big when it came out, I don't think I've seen a game get this much hate like this. And you can't necessarily say it's just a terrible game. You can just say like people are just not necessarily agreeing with the direction. Like Infinite came out and Infinite got trashed because Infinite was just, it had stuff about it that you could literally say probably made it a bad game. But with this game, it's like they're just making choices and making decisions for the direction of the game that people just totally don't agree with and think is utterly trash, especially for a game like Tekken that once again legacy skill has been a thing in this game since its existence. It's known as the game that you can go from this one to this one to this one to this one pretty easily. Like people are basically saying like, man, like my muscle memory of how this game works, like, typically what I do in these situations that I've known for every Tekken up until now, or the things that I've learned to do from every Tekken up until now, just don't exist no more in this game. It doesn't exist. It's like I gotta accept this game isn't even a Tekken game anymore almost. Like we just gotta erase all that and just say we gotta accept this and this is what the future is. But once again, like I said, we said this before and I'm gonna say it again. We've been told y'all when Tekken 8 first came out and people was initially wondering like, this he kind of, when you was listening to the interviews or what Harada was saying, Harada is doing basically what he told you. He said one thing in them interviews and then he told y'all something else. He doing what he said in them interviews. We told y'all by the time Tekken 9 and 10 come out, before even all these updates came out, we told y'all we don't know if y'all gonna know what Tekken 8 Tekken is gonna look unrecognizable. Like, are people even gonna want? We said this already, so I hate to say I told you so. I told you so. But you can go ahead, Mr. M and C Mason or Mr. Game, whichever one of y'all.
Go ahead, E.
I gotta tell you, man. I kind of abandoned ship a while back in terms of like Tekken 8. I'm just going to be honest with you. I told you guys this like offline, but it's like the moment I saw that Miguel wasn't going to be in the base roster, I knew we were going down a dark path. It's just like when you doesn't have Ferritor and MK anymore. It's like we're going down a dark path, bro. I mean, look. All I'm saying is Ferritor wasn't in this game, wasn't in like, what was it, 11? And wasn't in MK1. And I mean, like 11 was considered like, it was considered pretty decent. But I mean, like, now we're in MK1, still no Ferritor, and like, it's still horrible. Yeah, Ferritor though? Where's Tor at though? Huh? Where's Tor at?
Probably dead, ain't he?
I'm like, bro, it's a game with time travel in it. It doesn't matter if he's dead. There's several dead people in this game. Let me get back on topic. Tekken 8, man. So it's really weird how they're basically, from what I've heard, it's like the whole thing, well, if everybody's broken, then nobody's broken kind of deal. That always seems good in theory, but it never works in practice. It's always like, oh yeah, we should do that. And it almost never works out. I mean, unless you're like doing salty bet, watching Mugen, or something like that, where everybody's just blowing up the screen all the time, just doing full screen moves that hit everything and then do like massive amounts of chip damage. Like if you're trying to make Tekken into Mugen, then you're on the right path. Like you're definitely going in the right direction, because that's what it's starting to look like. And I mean, it's like it kind of keys into that whole thing that we were talking about last time out when with Rexon Max was talking about. It's like they want everybody to be able to play this game. Well, how do you make it so it's not even just about, at least from my perspective, about like not having everybody play the game, but it's like almost like cutting veterans off at the knees, so that you're basically having to learn the game along with everybody else. You're having to learn a whole new game along with everybody else that's coming in to play this game. Even if you've been playing the game last season, it's still like, hey, you know what? Forget all that. You got to learn the game all over again. You got to learn a completely new game that is Tekken-ish. It's not Tekken, it's Tekken-ish. And honestly, man, so this is a bittersweet moment for me, honestly, because I always felt like I felt like this a lot, especially during the pandemic, that Tekken was treated like so much better than like Soul Calibur, and you know what I mean. And Soul Calibur had like departures in the series in that particular. And Soul Calibur 6 had departures in that series that were like different from like other games in the series, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, Reversal Edge! Oh my god!" Like you know how bad it was. Okay, well look at this. Are you still going to support a game that's basically that only says it's Tekken, that shows up like basically somebody who's completely
Mike, could I eat?
that said amazing? Are you still going to let me help you host the show? I'd say it says amazing right here. Like, I mean, what are you going? I mean, help you host the show. Are you still going to support?
Hey, you
know,
hey, your mic is going crazy.
Now that it's not like the more. Come on, man. I don't know.
Hey, Avon, your mic is going in and out, in and out.
Namco is cut your mic off, bro.
Harada going too hard on them, bro. They can't have it.
Harada said enough of this slander.
No, you know, because it's like, because it's true. Like you remember how like they like basically everybody's like, Soul Calibur 6 is not like you know what it used to be, and you blah 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 yakety smackety, and now it's like, oh well, guess what? Now Tekken is barely Tekken anymore. It's like, what do you have to say about this? Are we still going to support Tekken like that? Are you still going to still keep playing Tekken even though they basically wipe the slate clean? They just wiped the slate clean from not even from like previous but from last season. They're trying to wipe the slate clean. Are you still going to support that? I'd like to know. I want to know. But anyway, I'm done, man.
Apparently your mic was done too for a second, man. Harada said enough of this slander. Cut his mic. So I you know it's been interesting seeing what's going on with Tekken. And I'll be honest, I know you mentioned this, Rex. I think there has been times before where people have been just like, hey, this is not what we want. You look back at MK11 when that game first started out, crushing blows. People was like, bro, this has got to go, and very warrantedly so. Like you had like somebody like Gearus, he just had so many crushing blows. He could do them so often. You just like take 400, like half your life from just like one move. It's like, bro, like I'm like, what is this? But even look back at Tekken 4. Remember, Tekken 4 is like the dark horse of Tekken. People didn't like Tekken 4. They added, we got elevation now, stairs and walls and the wall infinites and stuff. And people did not like Tekken 4. They did not like the direction that it went in. And you see exactly what they did. They readjusted in Tekken 5, and Tekken 5 was one of the most beloved Tekkens in history. So I think this is kind of a little similar to that. I will say in Tekken 4, the structure of how the game played as far as like the fighting was pretty much Tekken. It just had like a few things that were different. This is a little more offensive, a lot more offensive. It looks to me, from what I've seen so far, I hadn't really played the second season with the updates, but it looks akin to like MKX. Like MKX was if y'all remember that's one of the reasons why people didn't really like MK11 at first, because MKX was so different. Like everybody wanted to be in your face, rush down. So I can kind of see where Harada's coming from, because this is what people want. A lot of people want I don't want my opponent to play the game. There's been a lot of discussion about that in fighting games. Like people talk about, we want it to stay true, but then a lot of people just want a training dummy to beat up on. And I mean, when you get a game, when you get a game like this, that's kind of what you're getting. MKX was just like literally just in your face, rush down, run cancels, dash cancels, just crazy offensive tools and pressure. And I only bit that I've seen so far is Maximilian was he did like a video about showing, I think, some large stuff and maybe Jin. But the large stuff was crazy. I mean, he can go into like stands from so much stuff now, and it's like safe and leads to like true 50-50s. Yeah, I mean, it's just the area that we're in. I personally like seeing more methodical strategic gameplay, like when it's Tekken 7, you would see somebody, you see two players just vying for space for like 5-10 seconds. They just in and out, that back and forth. Who's gonna get this hit? Who's gonna get it confirmed? I personally like that, but a lot of people don't. A lot of people hate that style watching fighting games, especially casuals. So they could have been like, hey, you know what? To increase our audience, increase our numbers and sales, we're gonna just make this game the most offensive thing you ever seen in your life, and you're gonna like it. Either you're gonna play it or you're not gonna play it. I will say though, for me being a combo artist, it's definitely look like it got some stuff I can make some new content off of because it's got some. From what I saw with that Lars, I'm like, man, this guy is just doing he doing everything. He brought the sink, he brought the refrigerator, he brought the fridge, he brought everything. He's like, he's just gonna throw it all at you at once. But I will say though, if your community is asking, if it's this much backlash, like negative backlash, I do think it's kind of in your best interest to adjust a little bit. Then again, we also have the conversation about a person making a game, and like maybe that's the vision that they have for the game. It's like, hey, this is the game I'm making, and this is my vision for it. You like it, you don't like it. I don't know if that's what this is, but yeah, it's definitely interesting to see. I even mentioned to these guys yesterday, like, man, it's wild to see what Tekken is now versus what it was when it first came out, because it was like, it's gonna save the FGC. This is the one, man. This game right here, and it is much different from that.
It's the Anakin Skywalker, bro.
Yeah, you was the chosen one. You were supposed to save it, man. Not, but I personally, I'm not one of, I like offense in games, but I don't like blistering offense to the point where it just feels like it's such a chore to get somebody off you that it's just like you block once and you're just like, whoop, I lost the game. I'm not really one for that. I don't like that. I feel like there needs to be a balance of defensive mechanics. Like, if there's going to be blistering offense, there should be just as much of a strong defensive side to balance that out. Because if not, you're just going to get games where people just feel like, bro, I'm just losing just off just most random stuff. Just, I blocked this one situation, I'm dead. What's gonna really be crazy is when Harada takes the option to block out of Tekken, and that's gonna really spice things up. When you just can't block, and you just like, hey man, it's just let's go. That's
punch face.
Yeah, that's really as Jipes always like to say, he likes to block with his face because he's such an offensive player. He's just like, hey, and that's really actually the perfect example. Like, Yipes is such a like Marvel 2. He's just like, he literally just, you can't play the game. I'm going to mix you so hard with Magneto that you're not going to play the game. And he's like, I'd rather block on my face instead of, I'm just going to put you in defense, So, yeah, I guess everybody they have the ultra hyper Yipes mode of Tekken 8 right now. They just like, offense, man, mix offense. I'm on you. I'm on bumpers.
Yeah, the 50-50 guessing and just you better hope you get the first hit in Tekken 8 is like, crazy now. But it's crazy when people like Dexerto start like posting about Tekken. They start posting about fighting games. They don't post nothing about fighting games at all unless something like devastating. And they even posted something like Tekken 8 Season 2 update has some pros and streamers threatening to quit the game unless it's reverted or a hotfix. And there was somebody that even, I don't know the streamer, but somebody was even filling out, Tekken Pro was filling out job applications on Twitch. So it was like, it's basically over with, man. Ain't nothing for me to do. But I mean, if you go look at their Steam, it's like mixed reviews, and the recent reviews on it is like mostly negative. Like, if you go and look at the chart April 1st, like the bar of like shooting down like of negative reviews is so far you can't even like, yeah, it went off a cliff. Like, but we had this before to where like it was before people was reporting Tekken 8 was at a point to where it was like the reviews on it was mostly like negative, and that was back when they were having issues with the DLC, when they was having issues with the gift shop and all that stuff. When it was like mostly the it was issues with how we were getting our future content and the stuff that you were trying to give us now. It's like, bro, like this way y'all doing this is terrible. But now it evolved to the point to the reason why they're having issues is just people like, look, this game is hot buttocks, and I just do not want to play this if you're just going to keep going with the future of it like this. So we're going to see the way I mean, you will really start seeing it like, Evo and all that other stuff. Like, that's one thing. But just start looking at entrant numbers for these games. If Evo starts if Harada and them keep going in the same direction, start looking at future entrant numbers for events. We saw with MK1. When MK1 first came out, yeah, it had them hype numbers, but after a while, when people was like, this game ain't what I thought it was, you start seeing them entrant numbers. Ooh, just go straight down. So we'll see what the future holds. I honestly don't think Harada and them is if they steady seeing the money go up, y'all complaining for nothing. So we gonna see if y'all really serious about it. We gonna see if these streaming numbers go down on Twitch, how many people online playing it. We gonna see if the entry numbers go down. We gonna see if y'all stop paying for it. Season 2 is coming out. How many people that already withhold their dollars still gonna say, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and buy it? How many people go buy season 3 when that comes? We'll see. We'll see if people really tired of it. So if nobody else got anything, we'll go on to our last topic.
Well, hold on a sec.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
I definitely agree with that though. Like, how many people are actually, he's right though. It's like, how many people are actually going to say, I mean, it's one thing to just say, hey man, I'm not supporting this game anymore, when you have like the initial shock of season 2 being here, but it's a whole different story when you've been like, you have some time with it. Well, it's not that bad. It's not. Then you start making excuses because it's the sunk cost, right? I've already sunk all this time into the game. Well, it'd be a shame to quit now. I might as well just keep going. I might as well just keep playing the game. I've been playing the game since it came out. I might as well keep going. I already paid for the season 2, like the season 2 pass. So I might as well wait it out and see who shows up for the rest of the season. Maybe who shows up will save me from whatever's happening with this game right now. By the way, Mr. Game and Lift, the word you used, offensive, I think that is very appropriate for what's happened here. It is extremely offensive to all of my senses, especially my eyes, seeing what they've done to Tekken 8. It's what happened to the game I love? It's very sad, man. But once again, like the moment you start having legacy characters as DLC, it's like characters that have already been in the game for years, and you're saying, and it's easy to see where your mind is at. Heihachi, DLC. Eddie Gordo, DLC. Anna Williams, DLC. I wouldn't be surprised if they had Miguel as DLC. All these characters, like even have like Lydia, who was DLC last game, be DLC in the next game immediately afterwards.
Literally the last person that was DLC in Tekken 7.
Come on. Like, you immediately just like, yeah, we're just going to make her DLC in the next game. Why? You could have just as easily made her part of the base roster. But you know what it is? It's money. That's all it comes down to. It's like, you want the money. You're willing to do whatever it takes. Because like Rexon said, it doesn't matter how much you say you hate the game, because like, as we said before, the amount of people who are like professional players or whatever, that, let's be honest, you're such a small amount of the community. It's like we're talking about like what's called like Cristiano Ronaldo. If you buy the game, all these, like, you have 615 million people who will potentially buy the game just because he's in the game. It doesn't matter if they keep playing the game after they bought it. You got 615 million people to buy your game. That's immediately, bro, you might as well just start making the next game after that. Like, immediately. If you have 615 million people buy your game like that, just go ahead and start making the next game. You know what? You don't even need to even support the game you're playing, do it now. Just make another game. Like, I don't know, man. Like, so yeah, if the numbers don't go down, they're not going to care. And like I said before, let's see who actually commits to not playing the game. I mean, if you say you hate it, like, if you like it, that, okay, fine. Let's, like, enjoy yourself. But if you say that you hate this game, like, actually really hate this game, let's see if you actually are going to commit to being like, hey, I'm not going to play the game, instead of just being like, well, I've been playing the game, so I might as well keep playing it.
Well, positive note that comes out of this is some very, very good marketing for Virtual Fighter 6. So Virtual Fighter 6,
Oh
if
yeah.
y'all can drop some type of trailer or something right now in the midst of all this, it's like, look, we know y'all hungry out here for these 3D fighters. Here goes here go what y'all been waiting for. We ain't gonna do none of that super offensive, all in your face, red, blue, and green lights everywhere. You know, unga bunga mess. Like, you know, we the real deal Holyfield. So, you know, go ahead and be in anticipation for this. But it's been real quiet but for Virtual Fighter 6 lately. It's been real quiet. No new news or nothing since we got buffed out of his mind, Akira.
Plot
But
twist is VF6 is Tekken 8 is only a taste of what VF6 will give you offensively. One button
mess
kills in VF6.
mess around and we start seeing you know, first season DLC of Virtual Fighter 6 is gonna have some Tekken characters, and then it's like, oh goodness, they've poisoned them. They're working with Harada.
Oh,